What's up guys, Rampage here again, bringing you today's question of the day. So for today's question, I'm going to be asking you guys, what is your favorite setup move? Now you have a lot of good setup moves. You have Swords Dance, Dragon Dance, Quiver Dance, Calm Mind, Bulk Up, Nasty Plot. You just have a lot of good setup moves. Hone Claws. But I'd probably have to say that my favorite setup move is Dragon Dance. I just really love Dragon Dance. I love the Pokemon who get it. I wish Flygon got it, but unfortunately it doesn't. But yeah, that's my favorite setup move. Leave yours in the comments below, and let's get started with the battle. What's up guys, Rampage here again, bringing you another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Here we have a battle against someone who goes by the name of Bbbomber, but before that, I just wanted to say that this is actually a double header. I have two battles for you guys. This first one, like I just said, is against Bbbomber, and the second one will be against someone who goes by the name of togepideath. But anyway, with this first battle, it's an OU match. And my opponent, he's actually using 3 UUs, which is pretty interesting, to say the least. So without further ado, let's get started with this battle. I'm going to lead off with my Jirachi because he has 2 guys with the Stealth Rocks, so I definitely want to get those rocks up ASAP. And he's just going to directly switch out into his Ments before I set up my rocks, so I guess that's good for him. But he doesn't have a spinner, so my rocks are here to stay, which is pretty good for me. He's going to go for the Fire Blast. It does less than 50%, and I'm liking that. So now I'm going to go for the Body Slam, and unfortunately I don't get the para. And I'm not sure what type of mess this is. I don't see any item just yet. I'm going to go out into my Rotom just to kind of scout. And he is going to go for the Fire Blast again, as opposed to an Earthquake or something. But if he had Earthquake, he'd probably just go for that before Fire Blast. Anyway, he's going to switch out now, and he's going to go out into his P2. I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch just to get some initiative. So that's pretty cool. And I'm also going to unfortunately get a crit on this P2. Not sure how that... well, no, never mind. It really didn't matter at all. Because I'm going to go out into my Terrakion, and as you'll see right here, he's just going to keep his P2 in. I guess maybe he thought I would predict his switch into something else and go for the Stone Edge. I'm not sure. But I'm just going to take out the P2. So yeah, I don't really think that crit Vault Switch mattered just because he decided to sack his P2 so easily. So now he's going to go out in the Yanmega. I'm going to go out into my Jirachi because I know that I really can't hurt this thing too much. I believe this thing 4 times resists fighting moves, so I'm not in a good position with my Terrakion. And he's just going to go for the Air Slash as I switch into Jirachi, and I see that he's Life Orb, which is good because now he can't switch out and come back in because of the Stealth Rocks. So anyway, I'm going to go for the Iron Head instead of the Body Slam, just thinking that Iron Head should take him out after the Life Orb recoil, which it does. So now I don't have to worry about that Yanmega anymore, which is a good thing. So now he's going to go out into his Ments, and I think I'm just going to leave my Jirachi in his Death Father. I kind of thought he'd go for the Fire Blast, but he's actually going to go for the Outrage, I guess predicting my switch into Rotom. So, you know, this guy's not making the best of plays, or maybe he's trying to make good plays and they're just not working out for him. Who knows? But he's going to be able to take out my Jirachi with the Outrage. Oh my gosh, I'm tripping on my words. I think I was going for the Body Slam to try and para flinch him a bit, but that's not the case. Anyway, I'm going to go out into my Swine now, go for the Ice Shard just to revenge kill him. I don't really think he could have switched out because of the Stealth Rocks. He might have had a chance to live. It didn't really look like it though. Anyway, he's going to go out into his Ambipom. I'm going to switch out into my Terrakion because obvious normal move is pretty obvious, and Terrakion does resist normal. And I'm also Scarf, so I can outspeed this thing as well. But he's going to switch out. He's going to go out into his Espeon, thinking that his Espeon can take a close combat nicely. Well, sir, Espeon doesn't have good defenses, and it looks like your Espeon doesn't have much HP investment either. And you can deduce this by 1, seeing that there's no lefties, even though he could have Light Clay, and 2, that the close combat just did so much. It's an easy 2 KO after the Stealth Rocks, and I'm not even Choice Banded. This is a Choice Scarf Terrakion, able to easily 2 KO the Espeon, so that's nice. Now he's going to go out into Toxicroak. I don't want my Terrakion to die just yet, and I have a safe switch for this thing, being my Landorus. I can just bring this in. I was hoping that he wasn't going to go for the sub, and he didn't. He just went for Cross Chop, didn't do too much to me, and I can just take this thing out with an Earth Power. So yeah, he really didn't even have a safe switch either. I believe Ambipom is his last guy, so he really couldn't bring this thing in. So now he's going to bring in Bbbomber. I'm just going to keep my Landorus in as Death Father because I don't need to, you know, be risky and switch out. Because what if he goes for low kick predicting my switch? I'm not sure. So I just leave my Landorus in as Death Father. So then I can bring out my Terrakion, which is Scarf, go for the close combat, and that's going to be the end of the first game. And he also had Last Resort, which was pretty interesting. You don't really see Last Resort on Bbbomber too much. I believe to have that move really work, you need only Fake Out and Last Resort, meaning it's walled by like Ghost, Steels, and Rock types. But nonetheless, that was still a fun battle. I enjoyed it. Hope you guys did as well. And let's hurry on and get started with the second one. So here we have a UU battle, and this one is against some guy who goes by the name of Togepideath, like I said before. And when I look at his team, that Gligar looks pretty annoying. Shaman can be annoying, and Scrappy I'm not really worried about because I have my Heracross. So besides the Gligar and Shaman, well, Gligar is just there to, it's just there to be annoying because it has good synergy with his team. Going to make this, like I said, be a really annoying thing to get rid of. But anyway, I'm going to lead off with Pert. My opponent's going to lead off with Gligar. I'm just going to go for Ice Beam straight off the bat. I just want to take that thing out immediately, even though I'm pretty sure the Ice Beam wouldn't have taken it out because my Pert doesn't have much special attack, and Gligar does have the Eviolite most likely. He's going to go out into his Rotom Heat to take that easily. I'm going to switch out into my Porygon thinking that he's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. Though, now that I'm looking back at it, I should have went out into Heracross because Heracross would have definitely appreciated the Will-O-Wisp, but I didn't want to be risky. Even though my opponent really had no point to go for the Overheat on a Pert, so yeah, going down to Heracross would have definitely been the better move. But anyway, I'm going to go for the Tri-Attack. It does a nice chunk to him. Now I'm going to switch out into my Swampert because I don't like being confused, and I know that he's going to go for either the Fire or the Electric move, and he does go for the Thunderbolt. I am immune to that, and I can just set up my Stealth Rocks now. Don't care if he goes for the Will-O-Wisp because Rocks are the most important move in the game, and if he decides to switch a lot, then the Rocks are definitely going to be beneficial. But he's going to go out into Shaman, scare me out into my Heracross because Heracross should be able to take a Seed Flare. But I see Calm Mind, and I'm like, well, that's interesting. I've never seen a Calm Mind Shaman in my life. And the reason behind that is because I don't believe Shaman gets Calm Mind. I looked that up afterwards, and I don't think Shaman gets it. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I guess it didn't really matter too much, because I am going to take him out with the Mega Horn before he really does any serious damage to my team. And that's the end of the Shaman. But now he's going to go out into his Togekiss. I don't want to Mega Horn the Togekiss and then die to an Air Slash, so I'm going to switch out into my Nidoqueen as he goes for the Wish. So I'm guessing this is a Wish passing Togekiss. It doesn't have Roost, which is good to know, I guess. But now I'm just going to go for the Toxic Spikes because they could help. I forget what Pokemon was hurt by it, because I know it's not the Registeel or the Rotom or the Gligar, and he has Togekiss, so that's 4 guys that aren't hurt by the Toxic Spike. So what was that Pokemon that I set him up for? I don't remember at this current time. Anyway, going to go on to Raikou because Raikou could take the Air Slashes pretty easily. I know he's not going to go for the Thunder Wave. And here, I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Ice, predicting his switch into his Gligar, because in my mind, I thought he had no reason to lose his Togekiss so early. He's definitely going to switch onto his Gligar, predicting the Thunderbolt, which he does, and that's a dead Gligar, so I don't have to worry about that annoying thing opening up some room for my Heracross to destroy his team. But now he's going to go out into his Registeel. He's going to go for the Earthquake as I bring out my Nidoqueen. I could take a couple more of those though, so I'm not really too worried, and I can also deal damage to this Registeel with some Earth Powers. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go for the Earth Power. I don't want to set up any more layers of Toxic Spikes because oh my gosh, what am I trying to say? I don't want to set up any more layers of Toxic Spikes because the Pokemon that I set them up for was very offensive, and I don't want it to get Toxic Poisoned. I just wanted to have regular poison. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say, but anyway, I'm going to go for the Earth Power. These Earth Power is actually doing a pretty good chunk to this Registeel, but he is going to be able to take me off with this Seismic Toss. Did I say take me off? He is going to be easily able to take me out with that Seismic Toss. I sound like a scrub. Anyway, I'm going to go out into my Heracross now just to take out this Registeel. I need to start talking a lot more slowly because I'm tripping on my words and stuttering a lot. So now he's going to go out into his Togekiss. I don't really know why he went out into this, because Heracross does outspeed this. Maybe he's plus speed nature and he thought I was adamant, but that's not the case. Just going to take out his Togekiss pretty easily. And now he's going to go out into his Rotom. I kind of deduced that this wasn't a offensive Rotom because it had Will-O-Wisp and Confuse Ray. So I'm just going to stay in with my Heracross and go for the close combat, take this thing out as well. And the Heracross is just destroying his team, and his last guy is the Scrappy, and this is the Pokemon to set up the Toxic Spikes for. I'm just going to go for the close combat on this. I do resist both his stats. It couldn't do too much to me anyway. Close combat will take him out, and it's pretty much a Heracross sweep, and that's going to be the game. So both of these games weren't the best battles on their own, so I just decided to combine them. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please push that like button. Also leave a comment. I do enjoy reading your comments, and I will see you guys in the near future. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Football Sunday, yes, the Eagles won. That is my team, and they're the best team ever. So yeah, leave your answers in the comments below, and let's get started with the